What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Pleeka podcast. I'm Jerome.
And I'm Nick.
And today we'll be talking about Iron Man 3 on Pleeka's marvelous journey to Infinity War.
The prodigal son returns.
Whatever.
Alright, so we're starting off with some trivia for Iron Man 3. There was so much trivia to choose from, it was hard to pick.
Really?
No. Like all the other movies, like there was some that I was like, I'll leave that out because like for time and stuff like that. For this one, I was like, oh, I'll pick that one. Like I had to pick these three because like there wasn't much. The post-credit scene with Dr. Bruce Banner and Robert Downey Jr. was Robert Downey Jr.'s idea.
Oh, really?
Yeah, which I was surprised about that. And then
It's one of the highlights of the movie.
yeah, it is, but I liked it because I mean, spoilers for the movie, obviously, but it was cool because it kind of connected. Like it was like, oh, he was telling Bruce the whole story of Iron Man 3.
Yeah, because he was narrating it.
Yeah, which I actually really liked that. I actually really wanted him to go more into the narrating in the movie. He did it quite a bit in the beginning, and then he just did it at the end. Like I wanted him to keep doing it.
Yeah.
Because I actually really liked it. Like I really liked that.
I mean,
Like the first season of Arrow, he narrates a lot, and then like never do it again.
oh, that's why you like it.
What the
For
fuck's
fuck's
calling me?
sake.
But I like it when they do that because it's like kind of like comic books because they have the monologue because like they have to be talking the whole time.
Yeah.
So that's what I like about it. But this next one, this would have been fucking awesome.
Fucking awesome?
You will agree. The film's post-credit scene was originally meant to have Tony Stark blasting off into space and meeting the Guardians of the Galaxy. Iron Man was going to have a cameo role in Guardians of the Galaxy as a homage to him being like he's part of the team in the comics at the time, but Robert Downey Jr. said he wasn't sure if he was going to reprise his role anytime soon.
Oh, really?
So they're like, okay, let's do the other scene. That was your idea. Like he said, let's just do this scene because I don't know if I'm going to want to be Iron Man in 10 years, which he...
Wow.
Think about it now, like, it really sucks because he still is, and he's going to be it forever.
Yeah.
Well, unless they kill him in Infinity War, but I doubt it. Like, that would have been so awesome. Like, all of a sudden, boom, he's standing in front. Because it would have been Chris Pratt and all them at the time because they had that planned.
Right.
Like, wouldn't that have been so cool?
That'd have been pretty cool. That'd
have been such a twist, too. Like, I don't think anybody would have expected him to go to space and, like, meet all them.
Well, and all these after the credit scenes are, like, surprising at the time.
Yeah.
You know.
But, yeah, I really wish they would have done that. And then my last...
It might have taken away from the rest of the movie, though.
It would have been the best scene in the movie.
Yeah, for sure.
Which, I mean, the end credit scene was anyways, but... My last thing I got is the end scene of the movie where Robert Downey Jr. throws his arc reactor into the sea.
Yeah.
That was a double there, and they put Robert Downey Jr.'s face on him.
Really?
Yeah. I guess he couldn't... I don't know what... He must have been busy with something. I don't know, but it wasn't him there. It was a stunt double.
Wow.
I thought that was very strange. But yeah, that's all the trivia I got.
Wow.
The other thing is like, oh, this is the first movie that doesn't have Samuel L. Jackson and Rick Colson and all that in it.
Now, see, do you think that's part of the reason we didn't like it as much is because now it wasn't a bad movie.
Yeah, I mean, you can see behind us our ranking of the movies. I ranked it right above Iron Man 2. You ranked it right below Iron Man 2.
Yeah, I thought Iron Man 2 was way better. Well,
I don't know.
yeah.
Asking me before, I would have told you that. But then when we watched Iron Man 2, I kept getting bored. And, like, I got a little bored in this one. But, like, I didn't like Iron Man 2 as much as I remembered to.
That's interesting. I was going to ask you why you like this one better, but you just kind of told me why.
Yeah, well, I don't know. Again,
the bad guy
I
in
like
2
the
is
narrative.
way better.
I do agree with that. The bad guy was way better in 2. But I don't know. There's something about this that I like. It might have just been because I didn't remember so much, but this one seemed more different. But I don't know. I did enjoy.
This
watching this
one
I
seemed
enjoyed it
more hokey to me.
I could see that.
You know,
Especially because there was like so many villains in this one, and like
but
all that
really
stuff.
only one.
Well, because they had those little fire people. I don't
they
know
were
what to
like-
call them.
The little fire, yeah, there's just multiple of those, kind of like, and I also don't like it when there's multiple Iron Men flying around.
See, I kind of like that.
Yeah,
So that's part of it. Yeah.
That would explain it.
Which that actually. So now, I've read the prelude comic to Iron Man 3, which I actually found it very interesting. If you want to read it, it's on Comixology. I believe it's free. I could be lying.
Didn't you just get it?
Yeah, but I don't know if it's free for everybody. Might be free because I pay
get
for it or whatever. But in the beginning of the comic, it starts with Pepper announcing Stark Tower, and she also mentions that Stark Industries paid and cleaned up all of the Stark Expo mess from the previous movie, so you get kind of that. Then she calls Tony, and he's like, "Oh yeah, I'm busy. We'll go out to on a date later, fixing my suit." And it goes to him and Rhodey, and they're like in his lab. He goes, "Your suit?" And he's actually fixing the War Machine suit.
Oh, right.
He's like, "Well, you did steal it from me." So they have all that, and they're arguing back and forth. And then Robert Tony's like, well, "Whatever, you're not gonna wear this anyways." He's like, "Well, we're not doing this again." They argue. He's like, "No, because I made you a new suit." So he's like, "Oh, really?" So then he's like, "Yeah, I'm gonna be busy making Stark Tower. I need someone else to be Iron Man." So he has.
Oh.
So Rhodes like, "Well, I'm not Iron Man." So then he keeps doing missions and like fixing stuff, and everyone's like, "Oh, thanks, Iron Man." He's like, "I'm not." Never mind.
Oh,
And like he keeps doing stuff. So it was kind of cool seeing Rhodey as Iron Man do stuff, except he's still in his War Machine suit.
right.
But then he ends up fighting. What was her name again? It's the 10 Rings, which is Mandarin's group. I don't know if they call him that in the movie. But he's fighting that, and in the middle of him fighting them, Stark calls him. He's like, "Hey, you can you get back to New York like now? We need your help." And he's like, "I'm kind of busy out here." And he's like, "Okay, yeah, no problem. Me and the gang got it." And then it cuts to Tony, and he's fighting I can't think of their names, the guys from Avengers.
Oh, really?
And you see Thor in the background and all that. So then it goes back to Rhodes, and he's fighting the 10 Ring guys.
Oh, that's
And
interesting.
they have hammer tech, like they have tanks and all this shit. And some guy's gonna use the ex-wife on him, and he's like, "Pff, I had that before. It's not gonna work." And it shoots and hits him, and blows up on him, and he falls down. He gets hit with like 3 of the ex-wives.
Oh,
But so then he ends up defeating him, all of the 10 Rings guys, but like not obviously not all of them because they have the movie they fight him.
yeah.
But like that small army, and then he shows up and walks into them eating shawarma,
Oh my god.
and Tony Stark's like, "Hey, take a seat." So they sit down and they eat and all that, and then they go back to Stark Tower, and Tony like unveils to Rhodey that he has a legion of Iron Man suits now. He's like, "What's coming? We're gonna need the Iron Legion."
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Which I knew you wouldn't have liked that part. But then it goes to the Mandarin, and he's yelling at some dude, and he's like, "You didn't get the War Machine," and all this stuff, which is like kind of funny because they're making him sound like a badass. But it's like I'm just picturing the guy from the movie with the British accent.
Right.
But then that's the whole comic. But it's pretty interesting. They have like
That's kind of cool how they, like, intertwine the stories.
yeah, like it went from literally Iron Man 2 through Avengers to that.
Yeah.
Which is cool. They have one for Thor: The Dark World, which I'm not looking forward to reading, but I will.
Oh.
And I know there's one going on right now for Avengers Infinity War. If anybody wants to read that, I'm kind of steering clear of that until we get to that.
Oh, I got you.
But I've heard it's been like really cool, and it shows a lot about like Captain America in Wakanda fighting with like Bucky and Black Panther and all this stuff.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so it's actually I never was interested in reading the Prelude comics, but now that we're
Yeah.
doing this, it'll kind of be part of the show.
Like,
It's
I
just
wouldn't
kinda
have
fun.
interest in it, but I could see why you like it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
well, especially 'cause I can read it and just tell you what happened.
Yeah, that's easier. I don't have to read all the stupid little comments. Yeah, 'cause I want to see Captain America's shield, how he pulls that out in the trailer, and it's all.
You just have to imagine that when you're reading a comic.
Well, whatever.
But all right, so now we're gonna get into the actual nitty gritty of Iron Man 3. You ready?
Sure.
Iron Man 3, directed by Shane Black. The budget was $200 million. It made $1.215 billion.
Wow.
It's the second Marvel movie to hit $1 billion. We discussed this last week about Avengers, and we were like, I don't know if any other one has, but like we weren't sure. Next movie did.
So the rest of them do. 'Cause didn't Guardians?
I think
would've-
Guardian. I don't think they all do,
Alright, we'll see.
but we'll see. Yeah.
I bet you Thor didn't, but
Yeah, but well, maybe because people were going to see it. Then they're like, "Fuck, can I have my money back?" We didn't even see it till it came out on DVD.
I thought we saw.
Me, you, and Taylor watched it on DVD in the living room, and we all hated it. I don't know what it is with the Thors. We always miss in theaters. We haven't seen a single Thor in theaters.
That I knew.
That's funny. I didn't think about that.
We saw Vacation in theaters. Does that count?
It's better than Thor. Movie starts with Tony doing a voiceover, and then it goes back to 1999, which I did not remember that it did a little flashback to him. Basically, all just to set up the villain, but
No, and that reminded me of Iron Man 2.
they setting up the villain and all that.
Well, yeah,
Because it shows that his
yeah.
dad was the one that did all that shit to
Yeah, it was just like a little.
Whiplash.
Yeah, and then they just kind of the little flashback thing, and then like.
You know, the part of that bugged me, which is it's very minor, but a lot of things do this,
Mhm.
where they have a villain and they make him look like a dumbass, but he's real smart and like he looks gross, and then when he comes back, he's like a hot piece of ass.
So you think he was a hot?
Well,
piece
but
of
like
ass?
they even had like Pepper when he walked in her building. She's like, "Oh, where have you been?" Like
How-
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like they always get. Why can't he just been a normal guy that was kind of weird, and then he comes back as the same dude, but he was a villain.
Because it's hard to sell products if you're a weird dude.
And I just that part kind of bugged me a little bit. But then after the flashback, they show you the stuff of like the girls testing out on her plants and they can rebuild body parts and all that. And Tony's in his lab, and I really like. I don't know what it is with like the Iron Man stuff. It's like I'm a child, but when all like he's like tapping his arm and the shit's flying onto him, I really like that scene. It's a lot like in Avengers when they're like clipping onto his body.
Yeah, it was fun. It was also funny that like it was like nailing him too. Like it wasn't
Yeah, he's like,
working.
whoa, slow down. It's like
It's kind of fun. It's fun to see him work at it and it not work right away.
yeah,
Like, that's fun. You know.
yeah.
Hits him in the balls, almost hits him in the face, like knocks him over.
It almost seemed like it was gonna be like a horror movie when his mask was floating in front of him.
Yeah.
But then after that, we get a little video on the news. I think they hacked it like 4 times throughout the movie. The Mandarin's giving out a message, telling people. And then it was really funny. So Tony's at lunch with Rhodey, and some little girl wants a signed picture of him, and he looks over at the little boy and goes, "Oh, I loved you in the Christmas Story."
Yeah.
Which I've read in the trivia. I guess the actual kid from A Christmas Story was a producer on here. So I guess that's part of the reason they threw that in there.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah,
I know he produces other shit too.
Yeah, and then right around that same time, we get a first look at Tony's PTSD from Avengers.
Yeah, I got over that quick.
I kind of liked that in the movie.
Really?
Yeah, like because it was different. Like you get to see like one of these guys actually like be affected by what's going on.
See, I mean, I guess that's the human part of it, but
Mhm.
like I don't care about the PS. You know, I don't care, and then I also don't care about like when they destroy stuff about them cleaning it up. Like isn't that I just don't care. Like just clean
Yeah.
it up and shut the fuck up.
Well, I
Saves
did see,
you
but I
from-
did like that.
saved you from
I like that in
aliens.
Spider-Man when
It was cool how
What's his-
they made it connect to Iron Man
and like the guys got
or to
fired and all
Avengers.
that.
Yeah, that was neat, and we didn't. But like that was the whole basis of Batman versus Superman. Is that Superman started destroying stuff, and I was like,
Kind of Civil War, except a little
yeah,
bit too.
very similar. But like, they still save the world every time. Can you give
Yeah.
them a little slack for fuck's sake?
No, I do understand that. I still like.
Plus,
it,
I
but
don't know.
do.
Now it seems like they're doing it in every movie. Oh,
Is
he's saving us, but look, he broke that building.
It is starting to become a trope in the movie. It's kind of like it's a beam light in the sky to do whatever.
Yeah.
Is a thing that's like, oh, but you killed 7,000 people. Yeah, but I saved 6 billion, bitch.
Yeah.
But
And
yeah,
that 7,000 were annoying.
so Tony has a nightmare about Avengers, and then Pepper like grabs like Tony, wake up, and then fucking the Iron Man suit almost kills her.
Did you want it to be Freddy?
Oh, that would have been a cool twist. All of a sudden, it's Nightmare on Elm Street.
Iron Man, bitch.
That'd be really cool. But yeah, so I'm guessing you didn't like his little Avengers nightmare either.
It was all right. I mean, it was fine. Like, I get it. It's part of the story.
I thought Pepper was kind of a bitch in that scene. 'Cause I'm gonna go sleep on the couch while you figure this out. He's like, I'm having PTSD, and my suit was just trying to protect me.
He was overreacting a little bit.
Yeah. Oh, I
To
did.
have I see. Here's the thing. I don't like the Iron Man without the man in it. 'Cause then
Mhm.
it's just
They
Iron.
did that a lot in this movie.
Yeah, and I don't like it. So when you have one watching over you and it attacks the person you're sleeping with, I'm like, yeah, I'm with her.
Oh, so I was against her. But I did like when he like took it down. He did like a fake sword move and slashed it in half, and it fell apart.
See, and I thought that was kind of stupid.
Oh, well, there you go. That's why our ranking is slightly different.
Yeah.
It's funny is I like those little bits, but the overall story of the movie blows. Like I like those little scenes, which to me made
See,
it
I
better
didn't
than
mind.
Iron Man
It's
2.
funny. We're completely different because I didn't really mind the story necessarily.
Mm-hmm.
I just didn't get hooked into it. You know, like I can't. What's the fucking actor's name that was the bad guy? I can't think of his name.
I have no idea now.
It's the guy from Memento. I can't think of his name.
Hey, want me to look it up real quick?
No, you don't have to. Or,
It'll
you
be-
could just ignore me and do it anyways.
I looked up Iron Man 3. Iron Man 3. You know what's weird about this movie?
A lot.
It's Iron Man, but like how I wrote it, it's Iron Man THREE.
You know why I wrote down the number 3 on mine?
To be different from me?
Well, yeah, one.
Guy Pearce.
Guy Pearce.
Guy Pearce.
Yeah, who's a great actor. He's in LA Confidential. He's in Memento. He's good in both.
I haven't seen either one of those. I think I accidentally exited out of my notes.
You've seen Memento.
No, I've never seen it.
Really?
Yeah.
You're retarded.
I'm sorry. But what were you saying about him?
I don't know. You made me
He
lose
said
my
he's a
train.
great actor. He's in Memento. He's in.
But he wasn't. I didn't think he was that good in this.
Yeah, I agree.
He probably got paid a lot, but
Yeah, probably got a shit ton. Not as much. How much do you think Robert Downey Jr. made off this movie?
I don't even know.
$7 billion.
Probably.
But so after his little nightmare scene, we get to see Happy. He's like investigating some shit down by the Chinese theater, and man blows up there.
Yeah. And then another man punches him out right before that.
Yeah, I thought that was
Which actually saved his life.
the human bomb stuff was kind of neat, but they kind of like
Yeah, I mean,
it was one of those things that it was just there was so much stuff going on in this movie. Like there's the Mandarin, there's Guy Pearce, there's the blow up dudes,
But it
which
was
they're
all
all
the same
they're all
thing.
connected, but
Yeah.
like they're all going on in different areas.
But yeah, so the guy, I don't know his name.
Guy from Pacific.
Pacific.
Yeah, that's what every time I saw my
I thought he was pretty good in it.
or
He
Westworld.
seemed evil. Yeah, the Westworld guy. No, that's just the joke in the movie,
Yeah.
right? He's not actually in Westworld, but like when he's flying the chopper to Tony, I almost said Tony Hawk.
He went to Tony Hawk's house.
Yeah, he's like, "Oh, sorry, wrong house." No,
Destroys it anyways.
he's got the aviator glasses on. He's chewing gum. He
I
looked
did
like
like
a bad
that.
guy.
Yeah, and he's all cocky. I almost
Yeah.
wish he was the main villain. I would have liked that more. I think.
Yeah, I think I would have too, actually. I liked him a lot, but when he knocks out Jon Favreau and like throws him away, like he hits him and hits him so hard he goes flying,
Mm-hmm.
and then like literally like 5 minutes later they're like, oh yeah, everyone dies within a 12-foot blast radius, and I was like, so what was he 13 feet away?
Yeah,
like,
I know.
So, but like
That was all just to not kill him.
yeah, which is yeah, he's an executive producer, you can't kill him, but like, so in a way that guy saved his life
Yeah,
on accident.
probably unintentionally, but yeah. And then my next thing got written down is I really like this. I wish they would do something like this in like a Batman movie, like make like a really good one, like how like the Arkham games. I really like when Tony recreates crime scenes.
Oh.
It reminds me a lot of the Arkham games.
Yeah. I didn't necessarily like it or dislike it. I just I never thought about it.
Mm-hmm.
But when he was searching it, I was like, was he fucking Batman?
Like when he goes over and like he picks up the guy's dog tags and does all that stuff, and like
Yeah.
he goes over and sees Happy on the floor. I really like that.
I mean, it was okay. Like I said, I didn't have a second thought about it, but I did. Iron Man's already compared to Batman
A lot, yeah.
a lot because he's just a rich guy that has
Mhm.
like gadgets. So now he's like a detective too, and I'm like, yeah, that's kind of funny. I almost wonder if they did it on purpose.
The house being destroyed after Happy gets hurt, Iron Man calls out the Mandarin, which is probably a dumb move on his part.
Well,
because he could have just attacked him secretly and then
but
Still have a house.
If you the only thing I didn't get is if you call him out, shouldn't you be like on like alert
you'd think so.
instead of being
Although,
surprised?
you know what I just thought about right now? So why was he still at that house? Because he has Stark Tower, which is where he's supposed to live. I know.
because he's a billionaire.
I know it got messed up in Avengers, but even in the prelude comic, he's like, "Oh yeah, this is my new home," and like Pepper's designing it and all this.
He's got more than one home.
Okay, I guess.
You
But
I mean,
I literally just thought about that.
he's got 15 Iron Man suits.
I guess.
He's got a couple
I guess
houses.
probably because they don't want him to destroy Stark Tower, the Mandarin or
Well,
whatever.
I mean, you can't destroy it every movie.
But that scene wasn't as dumb as I remembered it being.
No, you actually made fun of it our last podcast when we watched the
I
trailer.
remember when we first saw the movie. I just thought that was so stupid.
But it was
But
actually a cool scene. It was
Yeah.
I mean, the missiles like blowing up the house falling, everything going
Then
down.
he sends the suit for Pepper. Then when she gets out, it flies back to him.
Yeah,
and all that.
no, it was actually pretty cool.
The
and I
only
was-
part that I thought was lame, and it just figures, and it was a part of the whole movie kept going on because it was like a tester suit.
yeah.
Shit kept not working, which that got a little old. I did laugh at the end of the movie when he's like, "Oh, thank God!" Like it's coming back, and then it crashes and falls apart right in front of him.
That was hilarious.
But
There was a lot of little funny parts in this movie. It's almost like it just could have been really good, but they just missed it. At least in my opinion.
No, I get that. Yeah, and I think it comes down to the villain because like we got the Mandarin. Oh, it's not really the Mandarin. Guy Pearce, he's not that great in it.
Yeah.
Like I think it comes down to that a little bit because like even like the end fight scene, there's some cool stuff in there a little bit, but like it's not that special.
It was. Yeah, it wasn't that special.
Although I know you hate all the Iron Man suits in that, but a lot of those looked really cool. Like there was a black one with like gold lines going through it. Like a lot of those suits look pretty sweet.
I guess. I'm just not into that.
But at the same time, it would have been cooler, like just Tony Stark and like fighting. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The next thing is this is one that you actually brought to my attention before the movie because you watched it the day before I did. It was really funny when Tony's talking to that guy and he's like, "Dad," that little boy, and he's like, "Dad's leaving. Don't gonna be a pussy about it."
Yeah.
And I told you they should cut instantly from that to him and Silver going, "He killed my father."
You
to
should,
Steve.
I expect a video of that one by the time.
Because, like, right as you said that, I was like, you don't have to be a pussy about it. You literally started a civil war, basically, because your dad.
Yeah. He's had daddy issues the whole time.
That's literally... They could have retitled the series of Iron Man Daddy
I was actually
Issues.
surprised Iron Man said pussy.
I was, too.
I guess Tony Stark said pussy.
Well, yeah, but same thing.
Another thing about this movie is he was Tony Stark a lot more than he was Iron Man.
Yeah.
Which, like, if you watch a Batman movie and there's more Bruce Wayne than Batman, you're mad.
Yeah, totally.
So, like...
Which I think that's the thing people complain most about this movie is that he's Tony Stark majority of the time.
Well, and, like, he was fighting and, like, shooting things, and, like, I was like, so did he learn all this? Because, like, he didn't know any of this in 1999.
Yeah.
And I guess you would learn stuff as you fight, but then you have armor on and stuff. I don't know. It's just like, you know, it's a superhero movie. I let it go, but it did cross my mind. I'm like, was he, like, getting tips from the other people? Like, is Hawkeye taking him out? And
Secretly, he's, like, working with S.H.I.E.L.D.
Yeah, like, I don't know. I mean, I guess you would pick up on some of that shit.
There's a scene coming up soon that, like, totally goes with that. But so the next thing I got written down here is Miss Davis, the girl he goes and meets about the son, said your son didn't commit suicide, all that.
Oh, yeah.
She's the meth head from Breaking Bad that kills her husband with the ATM.
Was she?
Yeah.
You know what's funny is she looked familiar, but I couldn't place her.
I probably wouldn't have realized it.
Except you're watching Breaking
But
Bad.
I'm rewatching Breaking Bad, so I was like, oh, yeah, she killed her husband, like, 2 weeks ago for me.
Oh, that's hilarious.
Yeah, I think she's in My Name is Earl a couple episodes, too.
Yeah, she did look familiar, but I had no idea who she was.
I liked when Tony was fighting that fiery chick, and then he ends up going to the room, he puts the little dog tags in the microwave and all that, and she walks in the room, and he's like, you know, I've dated, he walked right into this one, I've dated hotter chicks than you.
Yeah.
And then she's like, all you got is your witty one-liners. I really like that. Then instantly after that, he goes and fights the other guy, and he says something about, like, nice try, Westworld.
Yeah, he did look like Yul Brenner.
Yeah, a lot.
Yeah.
I wonder, like, if
I wonder if we did I laugh at that? Like
before we watched Westworld?
Yeah. Because I knew who, I would have got the reference
Mm-hmm.
from the movie, but, like, I don't think I would have, maybe, because that's the only thing I knew about
Remember
the
when we
movie.
did a podcast on that and had someone fell asleep?
That movie was bad.
That was, we both look over and he's like, we're like, oh God, he's not going to make it to the podcast. So the next one, this is probably this is your favorite moment of every podcast. We get our 7th Stan Lee cameo.
Well, David.
We're broadcasting live from this Chattanooga Christmas pageant, and you are 100% sure.
Oh, he was a judge, right?
Yeah, he rating the girls 10.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if you guys know this, but we're over the Stan Lee cameos.
Remember when we were going to rank them? They all suck.
Yeah, when we stopped at, like, Thor, probably?
Yeah, probably.
It was, like, one of the first couple movies.
No, we stopped at Thor because you didn't see it.
That's true, I missed it.
Yeah.
But then I had to
You
look
were
it
getting
up.
a snack or
I
something.
looked it up on YouTube. I was actually writing down notes that previous scene was cheesy.
Weren't you typing him?
What?
Weren't you typing the notes?
Iron Patriot gets captured by a nun.
None of your business?
What do you think of that, though?
I mean, I don't know. Like, it was weird. It was weird him getting captured.
Yeah, I feel like they could have done it a better way
Yeah.
than one chick with a fiery hand. Tony Stark literally fought off 2 people like that without a suit. And he can't fight one, and he's trained in the Air Force and shit.
That's true. I didn't think of it that way. But, like, so, like, it was the fire on the suit that, like, got him, though, right?
I think she, like, grabbed his hand, set it down, and she's like, we're going to properly and he's like, over my dead body. So
Oh, yeah. And so they didn't really yeah, you're right.
they just, like, grabbed his hand and threw him down.
Yeah.
It was,
Well, they needed the suit to get the president.
yeah, which they talk about that in the comic, how they need the suit.
Oh, really?
Totally messed up my notes. Okay, there we go. Tony built some homemade weapons to go take down the Mandarin. That's the part that I was telling you earlier that it would go through your thing. So which I get, he can build. I get he builds the guns. That's what he does.
Yeah.
But walking through, being all stealthy, secretly like shooting all these people.
You know what's funny? Okay, so I watched this on the treadmill.
Mm-hmm.
That's where I stopped. I was like, because you can only go on a treadmill for so fucking long.
Yeah, especially me with some chicken bones.
Yeah, so I went for an hour, so that must be an hour into the movie. So like, I literally paused it because I also try to find a good place to stop, so I'm not like in the middle of a fight scene or something.
Yeah.
So I think I stopped it when he was on the side of the road in the car. No, I can't remember. But so like, I hit play and he jumps over a fence, so I can only see the back of him. And they're like, and he's like sneaking up. I'm like, go, what the fuck am I playing? And then I see it's oh.
You thought you switched the movie?
Yeah, I thought I did something wrong.
That's funny. Yeah, it seems it's very out of place.
Yeah.
Like it's like all of a sudden you're watching James Bond starring Robert Downey Jr. or something.
And it wasn't. It was kind of.
It was a neat scene, but it is weird.
It was just It was just like it didn't feel like it fit in.
I meant to like figure out how many people he killed in this movie because he killed a lot of people in this movie.
Yeah.
I forgot to look it up, so I'll figure it out and I'll put it up on the screen right here right now. But I forgot to look up the kill count. I'm very disappointed in myself.
Yeah, it never occurred to me.
So we get the reveal that the Mandarin is fake, and then Tony gets captured by guy from Pacific.
Yes.
So what do you think about the Mandarin being fake and like being some just British dude?
You know, if you think about it, he would have been. It would have been cooler if he was just a bad guy,
Yeah.
and then they wouldn't have made him like the actor and all that stuff because he was like evil.
Yeah, he would have. He would just went there and like it was like he just wasn't there or something or whatever.
or he had just left or
Yeah.
something,
And,
and
like
then,
get like an end scene where like or like maybe like they're trying to make you like wonder if it's a fake.
and
out.
I get they were
and then
they were trying to go for that twist, I guess, but like
like he could like kill the blonde guy or whatever, and then be
Yeah.
the main bad guy like legit. That'd been better.
yeah, like even that girl, like you knew she was bad. Like why else is she showing up at their house?
Yeah.
And then he
Well,
just
you can kind of
shoots
figure too, because like they show flashbacks to 1999. They only show
those two.
those two people,
Yeah.
and then they never show them again. And that guy shows up, and then like you can kind of figure it out. But so then Killian shows up. He's talking to Tony and that one chick, and he reveals through a TV screen that Pepper has extremis inside her, and then she only has like a certain amount of time to live unless Tony helps her and all this stuff. But that was kind of lame putting that stuff on her, or whatever, because like we all knew she's not gonna die. They even tried to fake her.
No, she died in 7.
They tried to fake us out with her death later on in the movie. Still didn't believe it.
She died in 7.
Yeah, they should just cut. When she fell off the building, they should just cut to
Brad Pitt.
Brad Pitt yelling, "What's in the box?"
How many times do you think they make a 7 joke about her? Like in
Every movie she's in.
Yeah, they should.
Let me see. Where was I? Oh yeah, I liked when Brody gets out of his suit and then Killian breathes fire, and he's like, "You breathe fire?
Yeah, that was funny.
Okay."
I like Don Cheadle a lot,
Yeah,
and I like.
I would actually really if they made a War Machine movie or Iron Patriot, whatever they want to call it, I would be up for that.
Yeah.
And it would just make it like a war movie, but with him in that suit.
Yeah,
that'd
that'd be
be
kind of
neat.
cool. I just like the actor, so like everything he does is kind of cool, anyways.
Mm-hmm.
So well, like there's that scene where they're both not in the suit, which it's called fucking Iron Man. Put him in.
No,
a
it's
suit.
actually called Iron Man 3.
Whatever. So they're
Fucking
both,
Iron Man's the point spinoff.
So they're both running around in that thing, and he's like, "All right, like I got you got my 6. Watch the," and he's like saying all the stuff, and Tony Stark's like, "What? Huh? What 6?" And I'm like, "Okay, so he doesn't know this shit, but
Yeah,
yet
but he
can
was
go-"
just fighting everybody he can
Yeah.
before.
And then he wants to take his fucking
Bullets.
ammo from the.
That was funny. He's like, "No, you got multiple there." He's like, "Yeah, but then I'm figuring." He said, "No, you have like." That was
Yeah.
a pretty funny scene though.
Yeah,
But it does show that he doesn't know much about that, which kind of counters.
what he had just done.
Yeah, I didn't think about that at the time. I thought because sometimes Robert Downey Jr. is stupid in the scene just to get through it,
Yeah.
and then he's a smart. But like that, it didn't seem like that was what he was doing.
No,
But
he
yeah.
just wanted more bullets because he used them.
Uh,
Or like when he popped up and he's like, "You see anything?" He goes, "No, it's too quick."
I did like that.
And then he goes, "You shot the lamp." He goes, "Well, you can shoot the," and then Brody just shoots it. Yeah,
Yeah.
that was pretty funny.
But so Tony's escape scene was pretty funny. I thought he's talking to those two guys. He's like, "Right now."
Oh,
And it doesn't come and all stuff. He's like, "Oh, I'm gonna kill you first and all that with those guys." And then finally gets out. And then after he kills like 17 people, he gets to the last guy. And he's like, "You know what? I don't like working here. They're very weird."
Oh, that was actually
Drops his gun
that
and
was
runs
the
away.
That was the funniest thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
'Cause I remember in theaters, like everybody laughed at that scene.
See, it reminded me of Last Boy Scout. Do you remember when they have like Bruce Willis, like tied up, and they're punching him in the face. He goes, "You hit me," or he offers him a cigarette. And he goes, "You hit me one more time, I'm gonna fucking kill you." And then he's like, guy starts laughing, and then he fucking punches him, and then Bruce Willis kills him.
I don't think I've ever seen that.
Oh my god, have you ever seen any other movies?
Sorry.
Jesus
They
Christ.
reveal that the vice president is part of the killing group.
He's also in NCIS. Well, used to be.
Yeah, until he died. I really like the scene when Iron Man is saving all the people from the plane. Like, they all get blown out, and he's going
Yeah,
through
that's
and
pretty cool.
he's
even though-
asking Jarvis how many he can grab, and then they play barrel monkeys.
Now, so he also killed the bad guy first. Well, one of the bad guy. He killed the guy from the Pacific.
yeah.
So that's just what we call him, right? The guy from the Pacific.
Yeah, I could look up his name too, but I don't want to.
Yeah, I don't care. It's 3 names. I remember that's the only part I remember. Yeah, he shoots his laser through him, so that's part of the kill count.
Yeah.
And then they all get like shot out of the airplane, and he saves them one by one, makes fun of them for being flying monkeys, and like does this whole. And I was like, yeah, that's pretty cool. And then he's not even in the suit. He's doing one of those fucking things where it's virtual. And then I was like, that's stupid.
Yeah.
Like I don't know why I don't like that.
That's funny. I put from oh my god, people keep counting. And then at the end of that, I put down that they reveal it's not Tony either, which at that point I thought it was dumb.
Oh, okay. That's interesting.
Because he was in a van, and I was like, oh well, but like, because if you think about it,
Was he down by the river?
Possibly, yeah, he was. They dropped him off in the river, so he possibly was. But
He
like,
wasn't living there. Though.
why didn't he go up and save him just by himself?
That's what I don't get. And why? So if you're making these new suits,
Mm-hmm.
shouldn't you have one that's working?
Yeah.
Like just in case some shit goes down.
You'd think so. Like, oh, that part was weird because I was just like after I was like, okay, that was kind of it's a neat gag. Oh, it's not him, but like, why not?
You know what?
Because like risking using a drone Iron Man suit to save the vice president of the United States and all this shit.
No, it was the president. Vice was at home kissing his
Oh yeah, my
Legless
bad. Yeah.
granddaughter.
Like the president of the United States and a bunch of random people, he risks it on a drone Iron Man suit.
Well, it's not his lives.
I guess, yeah. The end battle, I actually like the end battle with all the suits, and then we get a Pepper Potts fake out death.
Which, okay, so I can officially say I don't remember Thor 2.
Mm-hmm.
I remember Captain America 2, parts of it. I just because
Winter Soldier, but you always want to call it Civil War.
Yeah. Guardians of the Galaxy, I remember. What's after that?
Guardians of the Galaxy, Avengers
Avengers.
2, then Ant-Man.
I remember all those movies. Avengers 2, probably the least amount of those movies.
Mm-hmm.
I've only seen Ant-Man twice, maybe.
I've only seen it once.
Really?
Yeah, but you watched it on HBO once or whatever.
Yeah, Stars when we first got direct. 'cause it
Yeah.
was just on. And I was like, oh, I'm gonna watch this. Hey, Jen Cockroach. So, I guess what I was getting. Well, what the hell was I getting at? I had a point there somewhere.
You didn't remember this probably. We're talking about
Oh, I don't remember this. Is Pepper Potts in any more movies?
Spider-Man.
Oh.
Spider-Man. I believe Spider-Man: Homecoming is the next movie she's in after
And
this. And she's in Avengers: Infinity War.
I knew she's in that. I guess what I'm getting at is, does she still have that heat power stuff?
No, because he fixes her at the end, and he fixes himself and throws his arc reactor in the water.
right.
Yeah, they briefly say that because I remember we
They
watched
don't
the trailer.
show him fix her. He just says
He just
fixed
says it, and then they show him getting his little
Right.
thing fixed.
Because why wouldn't she be a superhero then?
In the comics, she is. Everyone thought she was good. I think her name's like Iron Heart or something.
Oh.
Something weird like that. But like everyone
Okay.
thought she was gonna be like the girl Iron Man. But then there's like,
Wouldn't you?
nah.
Wouldn't you be Iron Girl?
Yeah, probably.
Okay.
But then they saw Supergirl and they're like, yeah, let's not go with that.
Okay.
So the movie ends with Tony fixing himself and Pepper. And
Why don't you just fucking get there?
I was trying, but you went on a 17-minute rant.
All right.
And then he fixes the kid's shed, and then he throws his arc reactor in the ocean, which is very stupid.
The kid's shed was pretty cool.
Yeah. And then we get a end credit scene where he's talking to Bruce as a therapist, which is funny. And then it reveals that he's telling Bruce the whole story of this movie.
Which that was okay. I would have rather have seen Guardians of the Galaxy or like Thor or Doctor Strange or a
Anything
giant
else?
cockroach.
I was surprised there wasn't 2 end credit scenes. I thought there would be. Since there was 2 in Avengers, I thought that's where they started to keep doing it. But I guess not. I guess for that one they didn't. But yeah, so we already got back here our ranks of the movies. I'll say my order, then you can say yours. I got Avengers, Captain America, Iron Man, Thor, Iron Man 3, Iron Man 2, and then Incredible Hulk. Pretty soon we're not going to have room back there.
I know. So, I mean, mine's the same.
This is the same except Iron Man 2 and Iron Man 3 are flipped.
Yeah.
But yeah, so...
It would be interesting to see if Thor 2's worse than Incredible Hulk or better than... Because I think it's going to be
I got
below.
a feeling next week it's going to go Incredible Hulk, Thor 2.
You think so?
But I could be wrong. We could love it. I don't know.
The funny thing is I like Hemsworth so
everybody
much.
in it?
Yeah. So
See, so did I. And that we thought... Because we loved Thor 1 the first time we saw it.
we loved it the second time we saw it, too.
Yeah, and then...
Well, third, May 4th.
And then going back, like when we saw it, we even made Taylor, the first Thor was so good. You have to watch the second one. And I was like, yeah, and the doctor's in it, and he's the bad guy. And she was like, okay. And then we're all watching it, and we're all like,
Oh, that's why I didn't like it.
we're like, holy shit, this is boring. But I don't know, maybe we've all matured, and it'll be better.
I know you haven't matured.
Yeah, probably not.
So,
what's your favorite? Who's your favorite actor? Actually, we should do.
Ben Kingsley,
Who's that?
the Mandarin.
The Mandarin? Oh, okay.
And I thought about this because,
I thought about picking him too. I didn't know his name, but I thought about that.
because, A, he's already a good actor.
My hands are very sweaty.
You're so fucking gross. Don't ever do that again.
If you think that's sweaty, you should feel my butthole.
I fucking hate you. It's like so nasty.
I know.
So, because he's believable as the Mandarin.
Yeah, and he's also believable as a dumbass
Yeah.
British dude.
And no one else stood out.
I didn't write this down on my notes, but I did really like when Rhodey and Iron Man's talking to him. He's got the gun in his face, and he's like, he sees the guy scoring the back, and he's like, ole, ole.
Yeah.
Like,
No,
he totally is
he
like,
was funny. Yeah,
out of his
and
mind.
fucking clueless.
yeah.
Yeah. So, and to me, no one else really stood out. Second, I probably would have picked Rhodia just because I like Don Cheadle.
I picked Robert Downey Jr.
Really?
I said I picked for Iron Man 1. I think I picked Samuel L. Jackson. I don't remember what I picked for Iron Man 2.
You did not pick Samuel Jackson for Iron Man 1.
I did too. I think we both did actually. Maybe that was Iron Man 2. We picked Samuel L. Jackson for one of these movies. I know we did. I wrote it down on the fucking screen. But
Huh. Because he's only in it at the end.
yeah, I know. I think it was Iron Man 1 because we were like,
no, we picked
we're
Robert,
like-
we picked Robert Downey Jr. because we didn't want to pick him because he was the star.
we put Samuel L. Jackson for something in Iron Man 1.
Yeah, we did pick, but I think it was.
I could look up the video real quick.
I think it's.
I'm gonna try to find it. But
Nah, well, okay, but so what's your favorite scene?
my favorite scene in this movie, I have to go with. There's not much to pick from, but I have to pick the airplane scene when he's catching all the barrel monkeys.
So,
but then him not being it kind of ruins it.
well, that's what I was gonna say. So, we kind of talked about it before the podcast, but like, I was gonna pick that scene too. But then after we talked about it, I'm picking the one where, at the end, when Rhodey's not in the suit and he saves the president. I like that whole scene with him. He like shoots some shit, fucking gets on he kills 2 bad guys.
Forgot to turn down my volume.
You're such a dork. Kills 2 bad guys, swings down, grabs the president, shoots off, then
That is a good scene.
I just-
I thought about honestly picking the end credit scene with the Hulk,
it wasn't
That's my
that
favorite.
great.
but yeah, I couldn't find this. Like I like this movie better than 2, but I couldn't find a scene that I actually really liked.
But that's weird.
Yeah.
I can't find a scene I really like, but it's better than 2.
See, I felt like it was, but like I don't know. I really had a tough time finding a
Like,
scene.
picture the race car scene in 2.
Yeah, I did.
Better than any scene in this.
Yeah, totally. I don't know. I'm a weird cat. Here, I'm trying to find this.
One might call you a pussy.
I don't think I can find it. I wish I wrote.
I'd never thought you could find it.
Oh, you know what? I still have my notes. I might have wrote down Samuel L. Jackson. Let me see. If I wrote down Samuel L. Jackson, you're a dirty pecker. So I have a lot of notes. I don't delete any of my notes.
Why not? Just in case it's such an emergency.
In case I have to prove to you that I picked Samuel L. Jackson. Best actor, Samuel L. Jackson. Iron Man 1, you piece of shit.
Really?
Yeah, right there, motherfucker. And to prove it to you guys, too, hopefully you can see that on either one of those cameras. I picked Samuel L. Jackson in the first movie. Someone following along all this no one is following along all the podcasts, but someone already knew, hopefully.
See, that surprises me.
Yeah.
I guess it's
So in that thinking,
Of course,
my
that was the
best-
first
my best
one.
actor could be, I almost said Edward Norton. Now I can't think of his name. The Hulk.
oh yeah, but no, because he wasn't the
Well,
best.
No, he wasn't the best.
He fucking was asleep for half of it.
I wanted to be.
But see, that was the first movie, and in the first movie, we said we couldn't pick the star too, so maybe that's why.
Yeah, that's 100% why. You said I couldn't pick the star, so then I said Samuel Jackson, and then you did the same thing, I think.
Oh,
Yeah,
it's coming back to me now.
but now I'm picking Robert Downey Jr. I'm changing the rules. Plus, I picked.
You did that once. I think you did that in two.
Yeah, I did it every movie except for Avengers. I picked the Hulk.
Yeah.
I think I picked Edward Norton for
Did we, I think
Incredible
in
Hulk.
Avengers we just picked our favorite. We didn't pick the best.
No, we picked it. We talked about it.
Did we?
Yeah, but all right. So are you ready to watch the trailer for Thor: The Dark Motherfucking World?
I mean, I guess.
All right, so this is being cut right in the middle of the podcast, or right at the end. We're gonna watch the trailer for Black Panther, and then you'll see us watch Thor. We fucked up. We forgot that Black Panther comes out next week. So
Right, and this will be the only one we watch out of order.
yeah, so we're gonna. So next week's episode of this will actually be Black Panther, and then the following week will be Thor. So we're gonna watch the trailer for Black Panther right now.
You know, if we knew this came out on DVD before Avengers came out, we wouldn't have to watch it in the theaters and do this. But
yeah, but
we
we
don't
don't know for
know.
sure. And plus,
Yeah.
it's not like we want to miss this.
well, we'd still go see it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I am so excited for this movie.
Yeah, I'm pretty excited.
Especially like to see Michael B. Jordan play a villain too. I'm pretty intrigued by that also.
It looks so different.
Yeah, 'cause like they're in like a hidden area.
Yeah. And that guy being in it is kind of cool.
Yeah, 'cause he was the first time he
Did-
was in it was Civil War, right?
Yeah, he just showed up.
Which is funny 'cause him and Doctor Strange are both in Sherlock Holmes. He's Watson.
Oh yeah, yeah. I mean, there's a lot of people in this too.
Yeah. Like his sister, like that girl right there is talking to him is well, I can't think of her name. You know the big-eyed lady from Star Wars, the nose Han
Yeah.
Solo. That's her.
Oh really?
She's from Walking Dead, and then his sister is in Black Mirror.
Oh really?
Mm-hmm. Plus, like, I'm also excited for the soundtrack of this movie.
Yeah. So where
What?
are they fighting there in the city? Is that
I think
still there?
I don't know. That would seem weird for that being Wakanda,
Yeah.
but I don't know. I really want the pop figures of Michael B. Jordan.
Yeah. So basically, Jackie Robinson is fighting Creed.
I've heard a lot that saying this is like a, I can't think of Rocky 3. They said even though it's funny because it's directed by the guy that did Creed.
Oh, is it?
Yeah. Like watching this, you would not think a guy that made Creed made this.
No. See, it looks pretty fucking cool.
Yeah.
Like that was like a Hulk move, except it was more like a
Yeah.
cat.
Well,
than
but like
a-
his whole suit, like he's absolutely bulletproof. He's basically kind of almost like a black Iron Man.
So, yeah, I get what you're saying, but more athletic, so to speak.
Yeah. Yeah. But yeah, so the next one we're going to watch next week will actually be Black Panther. And now back to your regular podcast. You don't seem as hyped as I was setting it up.
No, not even close.
All right, we're hitting play now for all you audio whistlers is what I was going to say.
Probably.
Before I do this, I should say, because it will be out by the time hopefully it's live by the time we do this, we started a Patreon. We don't have much details on it yet because at this point of us filming this podcast, we're still setting it up. But if you want to go support us, you can go to patreon.com/Pleeka. All the links to that will be in the description down below, wherever you're listening to this, watching this, whatever. But I wanted to mention that on here before I forgot. It should be up by the time you're watching this.
There's a big camera in the way.
Yeah, I know. That's the hard part. But we got to get a good shot.
After all this time, now you come to
I mean, third movie. Why can't you trust him yet?
Well, that was kind of a neat little wipe away with the Marvel logo.
No idea who that was. The camera's in the way.
That was Natalie Portman.
Yeah.
This is like the major part I remember is just the city being destroyed. And I do remember there is a cameo by Captain America too.
Is there?
I mean, it's not really. Loki and him are walking down a hallway and he turns into Captain America, but it's Chris Evans like there.
I don't remember that at all.
And I think Black Widow is actually in it and she helps him fight in the city too. But I could have made that up, but I'm pretty sure she shows up.
Stringer Bell's in it.
He's in all of them.
Oh.
To be honest, so far this doesn't look so shitty.
No.
Those guys still don't like fit their clothes, I feel like.
I like her.
We have to wait till
Don't
November.
you say that every fucking time.
Your bravery will not ease your pain. Your family, your world will be extinguished. We're running out of time.
Who's the bad guy?
You remember the guy from Doctor Who that's in Leftovers?
Yeah.
Him.
Did we get to see his penis?
No, unfortunately.
We saw his penis in Leftovers.
We certainly did. Thor, the motherfucking Dark World.
The fuck is that?
Anyone else?
That actually didn't look shitty.
You know what's funny? That's probably the funniest. That's probably the coolest part of the whole movie.
Probably. That didn't look as bad as I...
That was all Indiana Joneses. You know, the guys and then he with the whip.
Yeah, and then shoots him or whatever. Yeah, I mean, because we while watching the Iron Man 3 trailer, we were like, yeah, it looks about as stupid as you remembered.
That didn't look great.
It didn't. It looked okay to me.
We'll see.
But we'll see when we watch it. But yeah, so next week, next Monday, we will be watching Thor: The Dark World. So watch that, and you could listen to us yap about it. Anything else you want to say out to the folks before we wrap up this little podcast?
No.
No, you're good?
Yeah, I'm good.
Not even like, oh, thanks for watching, folks. Ba-da-da-da-da. Nothing?
What was that?
Ba-da-da-da. You didn't do a little, like, song and dance?
No, I figured you'd keep yapping for another 5 minutes, so they'll get whatever they wanted.
All right. Well, thanks for watching the Pleeka podcast and or listening to it, ladies and gentlemen. We'll be
See?
back. We'll be back next Monday for another podcast, and we'll see you guys then. Send Nick a picture of your balls.
Whatever.